Isaac,
What's up, my man?
how you feeling?
I feel pretty good, man. Pretty happy. Just happy to get a victory and be able to go home to my family.
Now, your fight's been a couple minutes, man. How are you feeling physically?
I feel great, man. Obviously got a little cut, nothing crazy, and I'm healthy, so I feel good.
It was pure domination. What was the game plan? Was it exactly what you did? Take him down and just smash him?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to kind of take my time a little bit and show off my striking because I still haven't got to yet. But I feel like he was just an opponent that the UFC gave me, and I just needed to get him out of there as quickly as possible. So I kind of just found my takedown and started putting damage, and I realized there's no way he was getting up. He was trying, but my grappling's another level. He was saying he fought better D1 wrestlers than me. He was lying, blowing smoke out his ass. I'm one of the best wrestlers in the world. Matter of fact, the UFC. So I think I proved that tonight to him.
I'm not sure if you saw it during fight week, but the odds kept going, and then you ended up being the biggest favorite in UFC history. Was that ever in the back of your mind, like, I need to go out there and, like, smash this guy in the first round? Or, like, what if do I want to show off that I'm the biggest favorite? Like, was that, like, ever in your mind?
I mean, those thoughts come across your head sometimes, the fear of failure and the feel of, being embarrassed or whatever. But, at the end of the day, the people that make the odds, they don't really know me or anything like that. And, it's a fight, so anything can happen. So, I just really wanted to keep my mind clear. And, in that fight, in the middle of the second round, right before I found the choke, I thought of my daughter, and I knew I needed to finish this fight, so I can go home to her. So that was literally it.
Kind of just alley-oop me in my next question, but how's dad life?
It's amazing, bro. Best thing that's ever happened to me. It keeps me grounded, keeps me focused, and my daughter gets to come in the gym almost every day and watch me train, and it's such a blessing for her to grow up around the people that are in the gym. Coach Mark Montoya, Coach Busy, Yusuf, all my teammates, she gets to grow up around those people. And I hope that anytime that I'm not there, they're there to protect her as well.
I wanted to talk about your last fight, man. Obviously, lost the fight, but in many people's eyes, you won that fight, right? So what were the emotions like after that fight, losing the undefeated record, but knowing that you didn't? Like, how did you react to that?
Yeah, bro, it was kind of awkward. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of awkward because, I come home and I was told I lost, but I didn't feel like I lost. It was just kind of like a weird thing that I never experienced. I always thought that when I'd lose, I'd just get smoked out and the guy would just be better than me. And I think in my last fight, I don't think that was the case. I don't think he's better than me at all. I think, there's maybe some foul play in that or something. I don't know. But, he's a good fighter. Christian's a great fighter. So there's no hard feelings there. I think everybody in the world, if you watch that fight, I won that fight fair and square.
How long did it take you to get over that fight?
About a week. Coach Mark was telling me, he's like, you won, and everybody that watched it knew I won. Media thought I won. So it was just, and in my heart I thought I won. So it was just coming to terms with it, and going home with half your paycheck's never fun, especially when it comes down to a couple people making a bad call.
Now that you don't have that undefeated record like over your head, like, do you feel less pressure?
No, man. Undefeated, not undefeated, it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I just do this. I don't do this shit to be cool, bro. I don't do it for me. I don't do it for anybody besides my family. So people can think what they think. People can say what they say. I just show up and try to do my job to the best of my ability. And I put my heart, my soul in this. So that's all I can really do. And the universe, the gods, whatever you want to call it, will take care of the rest.
You finally got back to being a little bit more active. You got 2 fights this year. Are you looking to squeeze one more in this year, or are you looking to return early next year?
I think it's a possibility. I think it just will be determined on who they give me, what names are being called out, and hopefully I can get a new contract too. So that's my biggest thing is I want to get on my next contract so I can start actually making some decent money so that I can go out and really invest in my training and get a little bit extra into that.
Is there anybody in mind that you would like to fight?
No, not off the top of my head, bro. I'll fight anybody at 145. I was kind of considering going down to 135. I think it's possible, but like I said, I got to get to my next contract so I can afford to get a really good nutritionist and stuff like that.
How in the hell can you make 135?
I walk around pretty light, bro. I probably normally 160, bro. Like I don't cut weight to make 145. Some of these 45ers are huge. They should be at 155. I don't know why people cut so much weight in this sport. I'm probably one of the smallest 45ers in the division and one of the most feared. So, yeah, man, I think it's possible. I just wish everybody would just fight their own damn weight, and I wouldn't have to do that shit.
So new contract, hopefully next fight out of the Apex, or you know?
Yeah, I hope this was my ticket out, man. I dreamed since I was a little kid of fighting in front of a crowd, and you know, the Apex has been nothing but good to me. There's amazing people here, amazing atmosphere, but you know, when you're in the UFC, you want to fight in front of the crowd and get that full experience, and that's just something I've dreamed of since I was a kid, and I'm just excited to be able to do that. And I heard they're closing the Apex down for a little bit, so I'm hoping to hopefully get on a big card.
And finally, I just want your thoughts on the featherweight title fight that's coming up, Max Holloway versus Ilya. What are your thoughts on that fight?
Man, I think that's a super exciting fight, bro. I don't really know who's going to win. It's hard to tell. I grew up watching Max. He's so good, and Ilya is amazing too. My teammate Yusuf fought him. UC over there, he's one of Ilya's worst nightmares nowadays. So, you know, I think Max will win, but I don't really care. I don't really know. I'm just excited to watch it, bro. I'm so excited to see what goes down.
Congrats and enjoy your win.
Thank you so much.
Congrats on the win, my man. Awesome performance. Just to touch back on what you were talking about with Alex, with kind of, we'll say, weight bullying. Why do you think it's such a popular thing? Because guys and girls will just kill themselves, depleted, just ruin their bodies to have that advantage. But obviously, it's not something that you can use for a long-term career. If you fought like people are supposed to be near their weight class, you could for sure. Look at Frankie Edgar.
Yeah.
He went from 55 to 45 to 35, almost like in reverse, you know?
Man, I think a lot of people are just scared to fight people their size. I think that's what it comes down to. In fighting, there's people trying to find ways to cheat every chance they get, you know? And my biggest thing is the reason I don't cut a lot of weight is because I'm not scared, you know? I feel fear, but I'm not scared to fight someone just because they're bigger than me, smaller than me. I've been in fights with guys 200 pounds in the street, you know. So I just don't know why everyone does it. I understand cutting a few pounds here and there, you know, get to that next weight class. But some of these guys, you see them come in, they look like zombies, bro. They need to go up a weight class. It's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, for sure, man. And thanks for putting it out there. Just being, you know, one of those guys about that life, like catch that fade with anybody, give me the smoke, I don't care. Why is there so much emphasis on staying undefeated? Is that like a branding thing? Is that like a technique? Guys don't want to protect that. Oh, wait, what's going on with that?
I think people just want to keep their job, man. You lose 2 fights, you can be gone back to the regional scene, making no money, whatever. So I think a lot of people just want to keep their job, so they'll do whatever it takes to win. Whether that means cutting a lot of weight, trying to cheat, whatever it is, you see it happen all the time. So.
Right on, my man. And you touched on something super important. Even one of our fighters today who came talking to us, Jacqueline, mentioned that loss in her career was like the best thing that could have happened. You accepted the loss, moved forward, but how was the support? Or was it any kind of surprises like, man, people really came out to let me know it's going to be okay?
Oh, bro, I had so many damn messages, like ridiculous amounts of messages, 3,000 plus messages, people just like, it took me, I shit you not, probably until like 2 weeks ago to get through all my messages from last fight, because so many people reached out, all my Armenian fans, so many people from Kansas City, so many people all across the world reached out and were like, hey man, I think you won that fight. You know, just keep pushing, don't give up on yourself. You know, we still believe in you, and all that. So that's just a good feeling to know so many people watched it, and you know, regardless win or loss, they saw what I'm capable of, and that's all I really want is people to see what I'm capable of and, you know, respect that.
That's super dope, man. And congrats on that support. That's lovely.
Yeah, yeah.
Last for me, walk me through that finish. That second round, I don't know why he did what he did. You were going to get him to the mat regardless, but you just went to work and it looked like, you know, day one stuff right there.
Yeah, bro. Second round started. I knew he was going to try to knee me in the face. He thought I was going to shoot. And, you know, I kind of welcomed that with open arms. I know that's what people are going to try to do. And, he threw a knee. I didn't feel nothing, bro. I just heard the crowd go, ooh, and then next thing you know, I had him up in the air. I was like, okay, I'm going to take you for a ride, and kind of just gave him a little toss, got on top, and continued to do my thing. I think he was really just focused on defending himself and trying to survive. He wanted to go to the third and try to gas me, wear me out, and I kind of noticed that early, and so that's why I slowed the pace down in the second and just kind of held my top position, stayed busy enough that we didn't get stood up, and I knew eventually he would make a mistake, and I'd be able to capitalize on it.
Awesome stuff. Perfection. Congrats on the win, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I've just got one for you.
Yes, ma'am.
They say that after you lose, you don't lose, you learn. But when you have a loss where you feel like you didn't really lose, how do you learn? What was your lesson?
Man, I learned that, I have to be patient and calm, and I can't go out there at the highest level and just empty the tank right away. So I think I did a good job of this fight. I still pushed a high pace. That's what I always want to do. I always want to go out and push as hard as I can. But there's times to slow it down a little bit, and that's what I did tonight. That and then just a confidence thing. I know I can go 3 rounds now. I've went through it. I went through being tired in the 3rd round in a place where everybody would have quit. Most people would have quit in the 3rd round of my last fight, and I was exhausted. I couldn't pick my arms up. I came to the back. I couldn't close my hands. I was dying. And now I know I can do that. There's no question in my mind I can do that for 3 rounds and not feel like that. And even when I am in a bad position, I can still persevere and come out on top.
One last question.
Yes, sir.
I see you got some stitches going on. They told me you're afraid more of needles than fighting.
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
What's up with that, bro?
So I am petrified of needles. Most people don't know it. I got all these tattoos. Yeah, they had to stitch me up in the back a little bit, and I was kind of panicked more than I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of freaking out. I had to have my buddy UC hold my hand while I got some stitches, and yeah, I've never been a fan of needles, man. They just freak me out more than fighting, more than anything else. I'm fucking petrified of needles.
So when you get your pre-fight medicals and they have to take your blood, is that the same?
Oh yeah, the very first time I did that as a professional, actually, I had to have one of my teammates come hold my hand, and I about passed out in the chair. So yeah, it's not my favorite thing in the world to go do. I'm pretty tough everywhere else, but when you try to stick me with some needles, I'm probably the biggest baby you've ever met. Thank you guys.